Okay, I'm back and I enjoyed making Mexican street corn with you. I hope that you enjoyed it. So we are ready for science. And do you remember what we studied about yesterday? We did a lot of reading about it. Meteorologist. What is a meteorologist? A person who studies weather. So today we're going to put some more parts into our book. You need some scissors. And you need your sheet that looks like this. It says rain gauge, wind vane. We're going to cut out rain gauge, wind vane, anemometer, and thermometer, and maybe meteorologist. Okay, we'll just see how far we get. So I'm going to cut on this line. I'm going to save this piece. I don't need it today. I need this row, and I need these two, wind vane. Actually, I don't think I need wind vane. I thought it was the other one. I don't want wind vane. I just want rain gauge, anemometer, thermometer, meteorologist. I'm going to cut out rain gauge. I want to leave my black lines. Okay, so that one's good. And I'm going to cut out on the outside of the black line. Cut out in the middle of the black line. The middle of the black line. The outside of the black line. Okay, now I have these cut out. So if you don't have these cut out, pause your video, cut them out. When you get them cut out, turn me back on, and we will go forward from there. Okay, so if you have me turned back on, the first one we're going to fill out is rain gauge. What is a rain gauge? Do you remember? Oh, I can get my definition sheet. What would you say a rain gauge is? I would say measures, M-E-A. EA is making an S sound. We haven't learned it yet, but it can. It's just crazy. S-U-R-E. I tell you what, I'll write it down on this. Measures how much rain falls. All right, measures how much rain falls. You got to squeeze it all on the back of that little card. I'm going to write it on mine. Measures how much rain falls. So it's kind of like a cup. It's usually more like a V. And the rain falls in it, and it has a measuring lines on the side, kind of like a ruler. And so it tells you if there's 1 inch that fell, 2 inches, 3 inches. And then every day you have to dump it out if you want to find out how much rain it rains every day. Measures how much rain falls, all right? I've got that one. Rain gauge measures how much rain falls. Okay, pause your video if you're not done. The next one we're going to do is anemometer. Anemometer. Let's do the syllables. Anemometer. 5. It's a big one. What is an anemometer? Do you remember? All right, let me write it on this first. Anemometer. You know what meter means? Meter is measuring. All right. It measures. So we're going to put measures wind speed. Wind speed. Pretty easy. Measures wind speed. So it can tell how fast the wind is blowing. Because if the wind gets more than, I think, 40, it starts to get a little dangerous. If you have a straight line wind at 80, it can actually crack bricks on a building, concrete blocks. We had that happen one time in Columbus, Mississippi. Measures wind speed. Okay, don't write too big or you won't be able to fit it on there. Measures wind speed. Anemometer. Anemometer measures wind speed. All right, pause your video if you need to. The next one is thermometer. You know what this one is. Thermometer. What do we use a thermometer? There, it's got that meter in it again. Thermometer. All right, a thermometer. Let's just see what they say. Okay. Measures air, A-I-R, air, temper, doesn't measure your temper, temperature. Measures air temperature. All right, so I've got to write that on the back of mine. Where's my card? There goes on thermometer. All right, mamas, do not write this for them. Make them do it. They can do it. Measures air temperature. Measures air temperature. I got one more. Pause your video if you're not done. What is this? Meteorologist. Meteorologist. 6 syllables. Wow. All right, I'm going to write meteorologist down. And what does a meteorologist do? It doesn't have it on this one. It must have it on the other one that I have. I know what he does anyway. Studies weather. All right. Meteorologist, here's the word. Meteorologist studies weather. So I'm going to get my meteorologist and I'm going to write studies weather. Sorry. Now you can see it. Studies weather. All right, I'm going to ask you something. We're going to do a little bit of phonics lesson right quick. This is ES as in peaches. So what is the root word? Study. Do you remember what we learned happens? When do we change something to an I? When a word ends with a Y, change the Y to an I before adding a suffix that starts with an E. So that suffix starts with an E, so the root word is study, E in baby, and they changed it to an I, studies. So, meteorologist studies weather. All right, now where do we put our little vocabulary cards? In our little vocabulary pocket. So I'm going to get my book, open it up, and there's my vocabulary pocket, and I've got other little cards down in there. All right, so tell me, what is a tornado? It's a funnel cloud. What is a hurricane? A storm over the ocean. Fog, we haven't done fog yet. What is a cirrus cloud? Long, thin, high clouds. What color are they? White. And what do? Predict good weather. What is a stratus cloud? Low grayish clouds. Cover the entire sky. What is cumulus? White puffy clouds, flat on the bottom, round on the top. What is the study of weather? We haven't done that one. Or monsoon. Oh, we have done snow. What is snow? Precipitation, white ice crystals, happens in cold weather. And now we've got these 4 to add to it. We have got a lot of vocabulary done. Yay, us. All right, now we're going to do one more fun thing today. So I'm going to put these over here to save. And the thing that we're going to do today is our meteorologist tool book. All right, so it looks like this. I don't know what color yours is. I ran mine off on orange. I think I ran y'all's off on orange too. So it says meteorologist tools. And this is what it's going to look like in our book. Okay, this is what it looks like closed, and this is what it looks like open. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut on the black lines. We are not going to cut on the dotted lines. Those are fold lines this time. Sometimes dotted lines are for cutting, but not on this project. So I'm going to go around the outside of the black lines. Okay. Trying to keep my black lines. There we go. Cut it out. All right. So now what I've got to do is read the directions. Okay, so what we have to do is we have to fold it. All right, so this is the front side. So I'm going to fold it on the dotted line. I'm going to fold it down, okay? On that dotted line. Be careful that you are on the dotted line. I'm going to press down gently till I get it all lined up. Oops, got offline a little bit. So I may have to lay it down on the table. Okay. Now I'm going to crease it with my fingernail, rub it down. Now when I open it up, it looks like this. Now close it, it looks like this. On the back side, looks like this. All right, now I'm going to open it back up. I'm going to turn it over, and I've got another little dotted line on this one. I'm going to do the same thing. This is the front. I'm going to fold it to the back. Right on that dotted line. I'm going to get it started right on the dotted line. And then I'm going to try to go on down. I'm going to do it with my fingernail. Okay, so it looks like this on the back. I open it up. Looks like this on the front, and I open it up. Okay. Now, we are going to cut on these dark black lines. Cut, cut. Okay. Only go to the dotted line, and then you stop. So I went to the dotted line, and I stopped. I'll do it again. Go to the dotted line and stop. Go to the dotted line and stop. Go to the dotted line and stop. Now I've got all these little flaps. Flap, flap, flap. Okay, so now I'm going to get my sheet, and it looks like this. A scientist who studies and predicts weather conditions. A tool used to measure how much rain falls. So get that sheet, and we're going to cut it out. We're going to cut on the outside of the dots. On the outside of the dots. Let's be warming up outside because I am getting hot. All right, now we're going to cut on the dotted lines. And then I'm just going to snip. Okay, so I've got them all cut out. Do you have all of yours cut out? Well, pause your video if you're not done, okay? And then don't turn it back on until you get them all cut out. Okay, I'm assuming that you are with me. So I'm going to spread all of these out. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you don't have 6, look around on the floor. You may have knocked one off. I've got them on the edge of the table. So now I'm going to pick this up. And it says I am going to glue it right here. Okay. You see? Where there's no words, that's where I'm going to glue it. This is the inside of the book with no words at all. This is the back of the book, and it has no words right there. Okay, so I'm going to glue that down. And the place that I'm going to put it is going to be... Okay, I'm going to open my book up. Do you see that big space? That's where I'm going to put it. Right here. Right there. So I got to get my glue open. Woof. Here we go. Get all that glue off of there. Okay. Now I'm going to put some glue. I'm going to try to glue the edges. So I'm going to rub it a little bit. If you're using stick glue, go to the dotted line. Go to that dotted line. Alright, this is what mine looks like. Okay. Now I'm going to put it down right here. Right there. See? And kind of put it in the middle of that space that's left over. Now I'm going to mash. You need to mash. Press down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, now it does need to dry. Alright, now what we're going to do is we're going to cut out our little title. And it's going to go in the middle of the book. Okay, so I'm going to cut that out. Cut on the outside of the black line. Cut carefully around the curves. Ooh, I got it inside a little bit. What does that say? Meteorologist tools. So on the back where there's no words, that's where we're going to glue it. If you're using your stick glue, again, rub it to the edge. I'm going to take the back of this glue bottle. It's got a little spreader. And I'm going to spread it to my edges. I want my edges to go flat and stay. This is thick paper, so it's going to have a hard time. Alright, that's what it looks like. You can't see it, but I have rubbed glue on all of the edges. Alright. And it shows that you put this where the M is, you put that at the bottom. If you wait just a minute, I'll show you. Press, 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 press. Try to get it straight. Try not to have it crooked. You see? Right in the middle with an M at the bottom. It says Meteorologist Tools. Okay, now all we got to do is glue in our little definitions, and they're already written for us. So the first one says meteorologist. Can you see where this one says meteorologist? Okay, so I've got to find the definition that's meteorologist. It's a scientist who studies and predicts weather conditions. Stick glue would be very good for this. I'm just going to put a little glue on it. I don't need a whole lot. That goes on the back side of meteorologist. Try to get it straight, not crooked. Alright. See? Meteorologist, definition. The next one under that says thermometer. Thermometer. So a thermometer is a tool used to measure the temperature of the air. Find the one that looks like that. Put the little glue on it. Okay. All right. Stick it on. Now we have two. We have meteorologist and we have thermometer. See? The next one says, oh, that was a little crooked. I need to straighten that up. Okay. The next one under thermometer says wind vane. We did not read about a wind vane yesterday. A wind vane a lot of times has a rooster on it. It's got crosses like this. And on the end of it says north, south, east, and west. And so it'll catch the wind and it'll blow whichever way the wind is blowing and it'll point to it. So it is a tool that shows the direction of the wind. A tool that shows the direction of the wind. Because the arrow will blow and point to whichever way the wind is blowing. So obviously it just blows that arrow. I feel like I'm fixing to sneeze. Excuse me. Okay, I'm going to put that one on the bottom. Okay, press, press, press. I've got a little glue coming out, a little too much. Okay, so let's look and let's see. We've got meteorologist, ding, thermometer, ding, wind vane. Ding. Okay, now we've got to do the back of the book. The back of our meteorologist tools, the first one says rain gauge. Ooh, the book's getting heavy. It says rain gauge. So a rain gauge is a tool used to measure how much rain falls. A little glue. Okay. And put it on there. Very good. A tool used to show how much rain falls. Oops. Okay, the next one is an anemometer. And remember that spins and tells wind speed. This is a tool used to measure the speed of the wind. So they can know how fast the wind is blowing. I remember when I was in school, I was about in the 4th grade, I think, and we made an anemometer, and it was made out of a cardboard milk carton, the kind that is like 2 quarts in it. And you had to, I don't remember how you attached the pencil, but somehow you had this pencil and it had a flap of paper. And you had to get in your car and go down the road, and at 20 miles an hour it would bend this much, and you'd mark it 20 miles, and at 40 it'd bend this much, and you'd mark it 40. And we made it. All right. A tool that is used to measure if air pressure is rising or falling. And we did not study that. So now we know it's called a barometer, and it looks like that. And it can measure air pressure. The air does have pressure. So that's why on that one map I showed you of Mexico, or maybe it was United States, it had L's and H's, low pressure and high pressure. So we're going to put that on barometer. So a barometer is what they use to tell that. And there are some that you can put in your house and they just look like a dial, like this one on this cover. And they measure it. Okay. Now look at that. Our little weather book. Our meteorologist tools. Alright, you have to close one side down first. Then you can close the other side on top of it. Neat. Alright, but it does need to dry, so I'm going to recommend that you leave it open like this. Okay, just leave your book open. We have a very informative book. I am so proud of us. Look at all that we have learned. It's amazing. Alright, don't forget to fill out your weather graph today. And we're going to keep filling that out, even though we're going to be done with weather here before long. We're going to keep filling it out till it's all filled up. It should be 2 weeks worth of weather. All right, I am so proud of y'all. I can't believe all that you're learning and doing, and we just had a great day today. It was a silly day. It was a fun day making Mexican corn and finishing our book. I think we have a few more definitions, and we'll probably do those Monday, and then we're going to start a new book, and it will be very fun. All right, so I will see you. Oh, we have Thursday. I forget what day I'm on. This is Wednesday, so we still have Thursday. Yay, because we need one more day to finish this book. Oh, I'm just losing my mind. Don't pay any attention. I will see you tomorrow.